Have you ever wondered if your partner is a narcissist? There are some signs that you are with a narcissist, that your partner is a narcissist. The truth about narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder, which is an actual diagnosis, is that it is on a spectrum. You may have some characteristics or traits, and you may not have others. But here are some kind of consistent characteristics to see if your partner is in fact a narcissist. Grandiosity. When we think of narcissism, we think of, do they have an inflated sense of their own importance, talents, or achievements? This comes up in relationships where you see that your partner is just really enamored with their own sense of self. And it's okay to have a positive self-esteem and have self-worth. But I definitely think that grandiosity is one of the top characteristics of being with a narcissistic partner. And just a lack of empathy. Narcissistic people find it difficult to understand or care about other people's feelings or perspectives. And so you may find in your relationships that, or your relationship, that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how you feel, it's like the person just does not get it. They don't care to get it. They don't want to get it. And they don't want to step into your world in order to walk alongside you in your journey, in your emotional journey. And the need for admiration. There's this constant need for praise and attention and validation from others. Next, we have a sense of entitlement. They believe they deserve special treatment or privileges without earning them. And of course, manipulative behavior, where your partner exploits you or takes advantage of you or others in order to achieve their goals. Now, you may say, well, my partner doesn't have all these traits. Well, they don't have to have all these traits in order for the relationship to suffer because of those traits. If you find that your partner has many of these traits, it's time to have a conversation. And it's also time to become aware so that you can create whatever boundaries and so that you can put things in place so that you are not manipulated and so that you can be in a relationship with someone who does attend to your emotional needs, with someone who doesn't have an overly exalted view of themselves, and it in turn makes them not look at you the way you need to be looked upon with your sense of worth and value. It will always be that they're better than you, that they're greater than you, and so we want to be mindful of this. And the next thing is a fragile ego, despite appearing, very confident. And I can definitely say that a lot of times, a lot of people who have narcissistic personality disorder, they appear very confident, that they may be they may be highly sensitive to criticism or perceived slights, and so these are things that as your eyes are opened, you can say like, it's very possible that I am with someone who has narcissistic personality traits or the full-blown NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, which obviously cannot be diagnosed by you. It needs to be diagnosed by a mental health professional, all right? And the last thing is having a sense of control and need for domination. And they might try to control situations or people to maintain a sense of superiority. It is a big headache being with someone who has narcissistic traits. Now, is this uncommon? Am I seeing this more and more? Absolutely. Am I surprised? No, because we live in a world where people are thinking about themselves, where people are a bit more into what they want, what makes them happy. And so, no, we are not as communal as we could be. We are not as mindful as we could be. And the truth is, the first sin from heaven with Lucifer, who became Satan, was that he had pride. I mean, come on, like, why are we surprised that we're going to see more and more of this before Jesus comes? The truth is, a lot of people are narcissistic, and this is something that we can say like, man, I see these traits in me. It may not even be that it's just your partner having to come to you and say like, man, I see some narcissistic traits. It may be you watching this video and saying like, oh my gosh, like this sounds a lot like me. Well, it's time to get some help and work through these 7 traits that you find in yourself. So we want to plunge into this thing. I see so many partners unhappy and incredibly wounded because they are with narcissistic partners. So if you are on the side of having that partner, jump in and really try to get some resolve on this. And if you are that partner who has narcissistic traits, then it is also time for you to get your healing and for you to make some progress on your journey. All right. Either way, give yourself some grace, and we will see you in the next video.